Hi guys, welcome to 13.1, Angle Relationships. Two angles are complementary angles if the sum of their measurements is 90. Two angles are supplementary angles if the sum of their measurements is 180. Then they give us this example of two angles, and they list them as complementary. Angle 1 plus angle 2, if they're complementary, must equal 90. Then they have this M with this fun little symbol right here. It's the angle measurement symbol. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to 42 degrees. So angle 1 is 42 degrees. And then they tell you the angle of measure 2 is 48 degrees. So for them to be complementary, 1 plus 2 has to equal 90. And in this case, 42 plus 48 is 90. So more than them just telling us they're complementary angles, 42 plus 48 sums to 90, therefore making them complementary. Similar with supplementary angles, two angles are supplementary if they sum to 180. So because they're supplementary, angle 3 plus angle 4 must equal 180. They tell us the measurement of angle 3 is 125, and then the measure of angle 4 is 55. 125 plus 55 is equal to 180, so we're also proving it mathematically. Adjacent angles that form a right angle are complementary. Adjacent angles that form a straight angle are supplementary. In the diagram in the right, angle BEC, so angle BEC and angle CED are complementary angles. Again, they're complementary angles because they are adjacent to each other in a right angle. A right angle is 90. So if this, ignoring C, if this angle right here is 90, BED, and BED is cut in half by EC, then our first wedge plus our second wedge has to equal 90 because that entire angle is 90. And then they say AEC, so AEC and CED are supplementary. Remember, supplementary means it adds to 180. And then they just said adjacent angles that form a straight angle are supplementary. So if we were to look at that one more time, they give us something like this. And we're ignoring the other lines in this particular one. But a straight line is literally just a straight line, and your adjacent angles are just, okay, we have this angle that's being cut off by this line, but that means we also have this angle that's being cut off by this line. So this angle, so angle 1 plus angle 2 has to sum to our straight line because our straight line is being cut by this angle. That's how we get to supplementary angles. Example 1, quadrilateral ABCD. Identify all of the pairs of complementary angles and all of the supplementary angles. So let me draw that out and we can talk through it. And remember, pairs of complementary, pairs of supplementary just mean all angles that sum either to 90 or 180. Boom, boom, doot, doot. A, B, C, D. A is 60 degrees. B is 120 degrees. C is 150 degrees. D is 30 degrees. So first we're going to list out, I'll put them, where can I put them that you can see? Here. All right, we're going to list out all of our complementary angles. All of our complementary angles are anything that sum to 90 degrees. So if I'm looking here, I'm just going to start in the corner. 60 plus 120, that is not 90, that's 180. That'll be a supplementary, but that's not where we're at right now. 60 plus 150, nope, that's too big. 60 plus 30. 60 degrees plus 30 degrees equals 90 degrees. So I found a pair of complementary angles, and that is angle A and angle D are complementary angles. And those seem to be the only ones I have. Good, those are the only ones I have. All right, now going back to our same figure, now we're gonna look for any and all supplementary angles. Supplementary angles sum to 180 degrees. So I'm going to be looking at all of my angles and trying to see which ones sum to 180. All right, A plus B, 60 plus 20 is 180. 60 plus 120 equals 180 degrees. So I found my first pair of supplementary angles. So angle A and angle B are supplementary. B plus C, 120 plus 150, way too big, that won't be 180. Now I have 50 plus 130, or 150 degrees, sorry, plus 30, not 130, equals 180 degrees. So I found a second pair. Angle C plus angle D are going to be supplementary. So 1 and 2. And now lastly, again, B and D doesn't get us there. B and C doesn't get us there. These are our only pairs of supplementary angles. A and D, and then, or A and B, sorry, and then C and D. And that is it for example 1. Boom. All right, and now let's do the checkpoints together because they're quick. Tell whether or not the angles are complementary, supplementary, or neither. For number 1, we have angle 1 is equal to 63 degrees. And then we have angle 2, and M just stands for measure of. Measure of angle 2 is equal to 27. Add it up, 10, carrier 1, 9. We got 90 degrees. So for number 1, they are complementary. Look at number 2. Can you see it if I do it here? We'll just erase. For number 2, we have the measure of angle 3 and the measure of angle 4. 3 is 146 and 4 is 44. Add them up. 10, carry my 1, 9. It's already going to be too far. Bring down your 1. It's 190. That's no go. That's neither. I needed it to get to be 90 or 180, and I got to 190. Number 3, I have angle of measure 5 is equal to 95. Measure of angle 6 is equal to 85. 10, carrier 1, 180. Therefore, they are supplementary. All right, now we can move on. Example 2. Stage motors. Stage motors are speakers that performers use so that they can clearly hear the sound they make on stage. For the stage motor shown, angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. Angle 1 equals 35 degrees. Find angle M2. So obviously I'm not going to draw a 3D, but this is kind of the side angle of this picture, where this is angle 1, and they have this one labeled as angle 2. We know that angles 1 plus angle 2 have to sum to 90 degrees because they tell us in the instructions that they're complementary, and complementary angles have to sum to 90. And then they tell us the measurement of angle 1 is 35 degrees. So right here, that's 35 degrees. but they want us to find the measurement of angle 2. We don't know it, so we're going to make that be x. 35 plus something, because they're complementary, has to equal 90. Subtract 35 from both sides. And we get x is equal to 55 degrees. So the measure of angle 2 has to be 55 degrees in order for them to be complementary. And that's that. Vertical angles. When two lines intersect at one point, the angles that are opposite of each other are vertical angles. Vertical angles have the same measurement as you will see in exercise 31. All right. So one more time, looking at the picture, they say when two lines intersect each other, so just drawing two lines that are going to intersect. We have two lines that are intersecting now. So when two lines intersect at one point, here's our one point in the middle that they're intersecting at. The angles that are opposite of each other are vertical angles. So angles opposite of each other. Top and bottom are opposite of each other. Side and side are opposite of each other. So these are our vertical angles. They're just the ones opposite. Vertical angles have the same measurement. So our vertical angles, again, are top and bottom. That means they will have the exact same measurement. So if one is 50, the other will be 50. If one is 160, the other will be 160. Same thing for over here. These two right here are vertical angles because they're opposite of each other. And again, vertical angles or opposite angles have the same measurement. So that means if this is angle 1, 2, 3, and 4, angles 1 and 3 are going to be the same. And that means angle 2 is going to be equal to angle 4. And that's it. Looking at example 3, television trays. For the television tray shown, measure of angle 1 is equal to 110. Find all the others. These ones are fun. They're like Sudoku, if you like to play Sudoku. So this is angle 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're told that angle 1 is equal to 110 degrees. And we're told to find all of the rest of our other angles. And it's actually very easy to do. So we learned that vertical angles are equal. So if angle 1's vertical angle is angle 3, so the one across from it, 3 has to be equal to 110 as well. So now we're halfway there. That means we're just left with 2 and 4, and we know 2 and 4 are going to be the exact same. Well, remember what we learned about straight lines. Straight lines have to sum to 180 degrees. We have a straight line right here that's being bisected by this one little jetty that's sticking out. But if I know 3 and 4 have to equal, 3 and 4 have to equal, and that's angles 3 and 4, 180 because they fall on a straight line, that means 3 plus 4 has to equal 180. This is one piece of the pie that's being cut. What is the other piece of the pie that will sum to 180? So if angle 3 is 110 plus an unknown value is going to bring me to 180, which is just my straight line value right now, then I need to subtract 110 from both sides. Cancel it out. And then x has to equal 70 degrees because 70 plus 110 is equal to 180, and that straight line has to be 180 degrees. And now again, using what we know about vertical angles, that 2 and 4 are equal because they lie opposite to each other. So if 4 is 70 degrees, 2 is 70 degrees. And that's all. You can begin your homework now.